All right, so this video is going to be on an exchange that I had on Twitter recently. It was yesterday, actually, and where I was talking, we were responding to a thread on the amount of people that are coming across the border illegally. You got not just Hispanics, you got Africans, you got all kind of people coming across the border illegally, right? Now, the question I have for this person, the response was, "We are a nation of immigrants. We need them here." And what the question I have for, or the answer I have for people like that is in the form of a question. How many of them do we need here? How many illegal immigrants? How many people do we need immigrating here? I think the U.S. population is 330 some odd million or whatever. The question is for this person, how many people do we need to come across that border for you to finally say, okay, we've had enough? Because you're saying we're a nation of immigrants, and you're saying that there's only so much can go here. We have a housing shortage, we have food shortage, we have what's this baby formula, which goes under food, but we have energy shortage and everything else. My thing is that I've said before on Twitter is that, tell you what, what would take the stress off of the grid, off the electrical grid? Do you know what would take the stress off the supply chain? Do you know what would take the stress off of the labor market? Because let's be honest, the more scarce labor is, the more jobs have to pay. Do you know what would take stress out of off of all those things? Getting rid of the 10 to what they're saying, or deporting the 10 to, they're saying 20 million people that are not supposed to be here in the first place. You can't look at me with a straight face and tell me that taking all of that extra, let's be honest, population weight off of the system would not help the system in a major way. It would. So what I ask these people, if you want to bring even more people over here, you're bringing healthcare system. We were talking about that when it came to coronavirus. These people that don't have the vaccination, they're stressing the healthcare system. Guess what would take the stress off the healthcare system? Getting rid of the weight that's by the population of people, tens of millions of people that are not supposed to be here in the first place. Maybe that would take a little bit of stress off the healthcare system. But no one wants to have that conversation. Nobody ever answers that question for me. Please tell me, how many do you feel is enough? You want to let 100 million people over here? 200 million? 300 million? How many? And I've got in a conversation with a family member. He said, well, that would bring jobs, or it would create more jobs, but it won't create enough jobs to cover how many people there are. And then you legalize all these people. All these people supposed to get on Social Security. Social Security isn't even solvent now. It's not even solvent now. It's a facade now. So you think you want to throw another 300 million people on that, and you think they're somehow gonna that you're somehow gonna be able to make that work? Healthcare system. You just keep illegalizing people, just bringing in, and then you're talking about universal health care, Medicare for all. How will that system get stressed? Because let's be honest here, they're talking about Medicare for all. Let's just say, and I think this is being very generous. You bring in 100 million people. If 50 million of them have a job, you got 50 million of them that aren't paying into a system and will need health care. How does that make sense? Make sense to me, because none of this, I have no idea where these people are getting these numbers from. I think that was No Opinion, or Matty Iglesias, Noah, forgot that guy's name on Twitter. But you also have Matthew Iglesias talking about we need to have 1 billion people in America. How many? To me, honestly, that's kind of that's like not a death wish or whatever, maybe not dead, but whatever that would be. Like, you're wishing for failure. Is that what you're hoping for? Anyway, comment, like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comment sections what you think about that. Comment, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. All right.